It's that time of the semester. Finals are fast approaching, but UNLV wants to make sure you still get your exercise in. We take a look at the different workout courses they have to offer. Plus, what some generous community leaders are doing to help fundraise the new UNLV Medical School.
And later, Sherelle Moore takes us inside a beauty pageant where one lucky student will earn a scholarship. Some breaking news this morning. Authorities are investigating a shooting that led to a car crash around 8 p.m. last night.
Police say they received multiple calls about gunshots going off near South Buffalo Drive and West Oakey Boulevard. Once they arrived on scene, a victim was found with multiple gunshot wounds.
Thanks to a few witnesses, police were able to identify the suspect's car, which led to a high-speed chase down Flamingo Road. The vehicle ultimately crashed after running a red light crossing Valley View Boulevard, leaving all 4 people inside injured. The suspects were taken to University Medical Center for treatment and have been placed under arrest.
Investigation is still in place on what led to the shooting, and the victim's condition is still unknown. Hillary Clinton is in Las Vegas today. The 2016 Democratic presidential candidate is set to speak at Rancho High School at 2:45 p.m. regarding immigration reform. A spokesperson for her campaign said Sunday she will sit with a roundtable of young Nevadans who are personally affected by our immigration system and will discuss how reform could strengthen families and communities. Nevada is one of 4 early voting states Clinton plans to visit, among which she has already visited Iowa and New Hampshire and plans to visit South Carolina after she's done here.
ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack outside Sunday's Prophet Muhammad cartoon contest in Garland, Texas. In a broadcast on its official radio channel today, the group said 2 Al-Khalifa soldiers attacked the event. Al-Khalifa is how ISIS refers to its soldiers. The 2 gunmen, Elton Simpson and Nadir Sufi, wounded a security guard before police shot and killed them. Peter King, representative of Homeland Security, had this to say on the matter.
He was a nice person. I don't know what happened to him.
Federal officials say one suspect, Nadir Sufi, was not on the FBI's radar, but people connected to his family say he lived in Pakistan for a few years. The other suspect, Elton Simpson, was no stranger to the FBI. In 2011, he was found guilty of lying about his plans to travel overseas to engage in jihad. On Monday, the Council on American-Islamic Relations joined Muslim community members at a news conference in Richardson, Texas, to condemn the attack.
Texas. Some of us have lived in Garland for a long time. Really want to emphasize that these 2 groups, one from New York and these 2 idiots from Arizona, do not represent the residents of Garland.
An ISIS fighter tweeted details of the attack and praised the shooters, only adding to the conspiracy of future attacks. And now to Ezra Malha, fills us in on developing stories around the world. Ezra?
Thanks, Mandy. Good afternoon and welcome to your weekly update on international news. We take a look at the Middle East, where police mistreatment of Ethiopian Jews in Israel led to a protest in Tel Aviv. The protest started peacefully but soon turned violent. The demonstration by the Ethiopian Jewish community was planned after a video went viral of a uniformed Israeli Defense Forces soldier of Ethiopian descent being assaulted by police. The violence during the protest resulted in injuring of 57 of officers. According to Israeli police and according to Israeli police spokesman Luba Samri, 12 protesters were injured and 43 others were arrested. Moving north to the protests in Turkey, Turkish riot police clashed with hundreds of stone-throwing protesters in the first May Day march in Turkey. Earlier this year, the Turkish parliament passed a security bill expanding the state's ability to crack down on protesters. Police used water cannons, tear gas, and rubber bullets on the streets of Istanbul to prevent thousands of protesters from marching to defend their rights. 2 U.S. citizen women were accused of planning an ISIS-inspired attack on the U.S. They appeared in a New York courtroom yesterday for a hearing. Noelle Valentes and her former roommate, Asia Sidki, were accused of planning to build and use an explosive device against U.S. law enforcement officers and military members. Prosecutors said that the women researched how to make bombs, and they found explosive bomb-making materials in their apartments. The 2 women could face up to life in prison if they were convicted. We take a look at the Nepal after the 7.8 magnitude earthquake that left 1,000 dead and many injured. But now Nepal faces a huge challenge with needing an aid for people who were left with no home or shelter or food. Nepal Information Minister Minendra Rijal talks about how challenging it is to even receive aid.
This is a very resource-poor country. The airport capacity is so limited. We have only 9 tarmacs. I mean, if there are 9 aircrafts in the airport, we cannot give a permission to the 10th one to land. Given the resources we have, given the situation that we are facing, I would say we're doing the best we can.
Many organizations claimed that they were ready for such crisis with aid already in the country and no need to fly in. However, this claimed aid was not seen until now. Rijal comments on these claims.
If anybody tells us that they already had the relief material to supply to, we will be ready to take a look at it. Making tall claims not going to help. If someone's trying to find a way to criticize the government and trying to create a case where consultants, highly paid consultants can be flown into the country, I guess they can do that sitting idly in front of the computer terminals. But at this time of tragedy, at this time of need, I hope nobody would do that.
And finally, England welcomes the newly born Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana of Prince William and Duchess Kate. The princess was celebrated in many different ways, but at night, let's just say the city was all covered in pink lights. This is all I have for you from around the world. Be sure to stick with us. Studio G will be right back.
We don't understand why people who have voluntarily served our country should ever be homeless. Our goal is to provide them with all the services that we possibly can to get them back on their feet and becoming productive members of society again.
Fitness for Finals is back at UNLV. This week's classes boast meditation classes, a flash mob, an obstacle course, and more. Reporter Dina Banning gives us some more information on all of these awesome events.
Right now we're standing in Pida Plaza here at UNLV, where you can come and take a break from your studies this week.
I'm out here teaching Pound Rockout Workout for Fitness for Finals. Part of it's like Pilates, it's aerobic, it's somewhat dancey, but you're drumming at the same time.
The way we normally study doesn't work as well for our brain. What we normally do is stay up all night and cram and drink a bunch of Red Bull, and then we wonder why our brains aren't working when we sit down to take the test. And what we see with the science is that Physical activity, being hydrated, well rested, gives you a much better chance at getting that A on the final exam. So we're really trying to change the culture of how UNLV students approach finals, and also to just help them relieve a little bit of stress.
It's a stressful time. You have a lot of things going on besides just taking a test. It's like the grades, if you're going to graduate, there's always a lot on the line, and there's a healthy output then for all your stress and anxiety. No matter what the physical activity is, it's putting your brain not focused on the stress, but giving it something positive to look forward to.
In fact, our water bottle says, and this is actually quoting from some science, that students who went on a 10-minute brisk walk recalled 25% more words than those who sat. So this was an actual study, and they had one group get out and do a brisk walk and another group sit, and then they all did a quiz. And those who had increased their brain activity, their cerebral circulation, they actually scored better. So there's lots of science out there that shows us that this isn't just for fun, this isn't just a good idea, it's actually scientific. We want people to understand how they can do their very best during finals week.
Come and take a free yoga class, meditation class, pound classes, or even come and get a free massage. For Studio G, I'm Dina Banning.
So you should jump and then study, and then run and then study, and then twerk and then study, and then repeat. And that's your best bet for doing well during finals week.
Great tips.
You can register for all these events and see what's on today's schedule at fitnessforfinals.com. And Rebels, don't forget, if you're still unsure of your final exam schedule and dates, you can visit unlv.edu/final examination schedule for spring 2015. The site will give you more information on your exact test time depending on when your class meets throughout the week.
The UNLV School of Medicine recently announced their 60 by 16 fundraising campaign for the new medical school, which would give full scholarships to the entire 2017 charter class.
We would like to have scholarships for them for each of the whole 4 years of their education. And we have 60 students that we want to start, and we think right now today we have 50 scholarships already given. So we're a long ways along the way of actually getting that funded. So I think it'll be huge for those students. I think we'll get really outstanding students.
Will help students graduate with little to no debt and is intended to be an incentive to get students to attend during the accreditation phase. The college also wants to support students who have done their undergrad in Nevada as an effort to keep them in state.
We are losing them. Our plan is to try to keep them. So we're going to try to pick students that we think will stay. They're from Nevada to begin with, or they have ties to Las Vegas or the southern Nevada region, or they're from regions that are similar to this. We think we can get students that we can have stay, especially if we build the residency programs for them to take at the same time.
Applications for the medical school will start being accepted in the fall of 2016, and instruction will begin in the spring of 2017. While only 60 students will be in the first class, they hope to double that number within 4 years.
We recognize that this first class of students is going to take a chance on us. They're going to take a chance that we get accredited, and how they do as they go through medical school is going to be looked at to help determine whether we get accredited or not. So we want a very outstanding class.
For more information on the UNLV Medical School, you can visit us at visit unlv.edu/medical school.
It first opened to the public 60 years ago, but yesterday at noon, the Riviera Hotel said goodbye to Las Vegas and closed its doors for good. The casino saw lots of popularity and glory in its prominent days, when many celebrities such as Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Louis Armstrong, and Liza Minnelli performed in the hotel. It also made appearances in a few popular films like The Hangover and Ocean's 11. It has not, however, been the tourist attraction it once was, being overshadowed by the newer casinos. The Riviera is set to be demolished within the next year, and the property has been sold to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, where they will replace the hotel with more convention space. Stick with us, we'll be right back after the break.
I used to have to do things, bad things, just to get by.
I was scared to come home sometimes. The gang knew where I lived.
Mommy said she couldn't afford it, but I want to be a singer when I grow up. I like singing.
I'm not afraid anymore. My life has changed.
My dreams are coming true!
I realize now that my world is so much bigger.
events. We promote that we are a national service fraternity. We do service to our campus, to our community, to our college, and to our nation as participating citizens. Our cardinal principles are leadership, friendship, and service, and that you can have a great time helping out your local community and your college. We are the Alpha Zeta Upsilon chapter of Alpha Phi Omega, a national co-ed service fraternity.
Miss Arab USA Ginwa Zinedine and her sorority Lambda Theta Nu Incorporated held their first annual Mr. Silver Rose male beauty pageant. Reporter Sherelle Moore attended this year's event.
Please help us welcome our finalists for the Mr. Silver Rose pageant.
Lambda Theta Nu Sorority Incorporated hosted their first ever Mr. Silver Rose male beauty pageant right here at UNLV.
So the Mr. Silver Rose pageant, the purpose behind it was to raise funds for a scholarship that I'm giving out to someone in my community. So I decided to collaborate with my lovely Lambdas in hosting this pageant at UNLV for the first time.
7 men fought hard for the right to be deemed Mr. Silver Rose. The evening included a fashion show, question and answer section, a push-up contest, and a talent portion which everyone was talking about.
The favorite part was the talent, because I didn't get to see it during rehearsals. We kind of wanted to surprise everybody, so I was definitely impressed by the contestants. They put on a great show.
The pageant took a lot of preparation. Tickets were sold 2 months in advance as well as at the door. Although it was the first Mr. Silver Rose, Ginwa could not feel more accomplished.
So I was the director and the coordinator of this pageant, so it was really hard just putting the pageant together, especially that I had to be a judge as well, so I felt the need to want to go backstage and make sure everything's going smoothly, but my sisters did a great job of taking care of everything, and they really helped me out a lot to put on a great show.
In the end, only one was able to take home the crown.
Let's go, Danny! Alright. The title of Mr. Silver Rose goes to William Theo
Put a lot of work into it. My brothers definitely came out and supported me. MPHC came out and supported me, my council. So I'm just really excited about the opportunity to represent for this organization that really puts in a lot of work in the community and here on campus.
It's not about the title, it's about the cause. So being able to be first runner-up, I'm like really happy about it. It was a really nice and fun experience. Being able to hang out with the other guys, joke around. It was a beautiful experience in my opinion.
Congratulations to William Nichols for taking home the title of Mr. Silver Rose. Also, congratulations to Ginwa, Lambda Theta Nu, and the other contestants for putting on a great and successful show. Now to Dina Banning, where she looks to fill us in about one of UNLV's rising fraternities.
With the largest pledge class ever amongst their chapter here at UNLV, Alpha Phi Omega hopes to continue their growing participation and spread the word about many events that go on in their fraternity. Here to talk a little bit more about it is Officer Johansson Pico to give us some details on his growing fraternity. So, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about your fraternity and what makes it unique.
Well, Alpha Phi Omega is a national community service fraternity. It was founded in 1925, and we were based on the principles of scouting. Our founder was a Boy Scout, and he thought that the principles of Boy Scouts was something that, we needed to translate worldwide. So currently we are the largest collegiate fraternity with over 365 chapters. Wow. So, and we're only growing. Our fraternity here on campus was founded May 1st, 2010. So we just recently celebrated our 5-year anniversary. And yes, we did have our largest pledge class this semester, and we are so excited to welcome the 20-plus brothers into our fraternity.
So how did you get such a large turnout this year?
Not only was it because of our successful recruitment program, but I feel like from the last semester, brothers were just really excited to, spread the word about our fraternity. Before this pledge class, we actually had our second largest pledge class, which is when I pledged. So I feel like the excitement just translated to, hey, I need to tell my friends about this. We need to get more people to join us in our mission to serve our community.
And do you have any other plans to try and make your next pledge class even bigger?
I mean, of course, it's really like a bonus that we get, you know, a large pledge class,
Right.
but we're just looking for members who are very passionate about serving each other and serving the community. So I would like to have a large pledge class, definitely, and but that's not our biggest priority right now.
So is your fraternity strictly male or is it co-ed?
It is a co-ed fraternity, which is, I think, one of our selling points as well. The fact that we welcome both genders, it really promotes diversity within the organization. We have members that come from all different walks of life, so that really helps when it comes to our service program and really just promoting the brotherhood within the organization.
And what type of service programs do you do as a fraternity?
Well, our 4 service areas are to the community, to our nation, to our community, nation, fraternity, and campus. So, and when we focus on the community, we like to focus on a lot of projects that are hands-on. So
Okay.
some programs that some organizations that we work with include like the 3 Square Food Bank, Las Vegas Rescue Mission, and you know, the Animal Foundation. So we get to really see the impact that we make on our community when we participate in these projects, and that's what I really enjoy about our service program, and that's what I feel that that's the reason why so many of our members stick around.
Is because you guys are so heavy in community service. How often exactly do you guys go out and volunteer with these organizations?
We have projects almost every day, every week. So,
Really?
And we have brothers that go out to these events, and they're so excited to participate in all of these projects. So I'm very happy with our service program so far, and it's unlike any other organization that I've been in before.
It's incredible that you guys find the time to go almost every day, but several times a week you're saying also.
Yes. So
Did you go to each of these organizations daily, or like how does it work?
we contact these organizations prior to the semester or the school year, and we kind of get like a set schedule on, you know, what days do we want to volunteer with this organization. So we've been pretty dedicated to the organizations that we've been in contact with. So every few days we have a new project to participate in.
And what type of services do you do with these organizations?
Well, like for example, like one of the organizations that I'm very fond of, it's like Toys for Smiles. So that's a local organization here in Las Vegas. They get donations, like wood donations, and we have the members there, you know, creating toy cars and
Out of wood?
Yes, out of wood. And what we do as volunteers, we go to them and we help them, you know, finish up these cars. Like when my group went in Alpha Phi Omega, we like oiled the cars so that they were all shiny and like so that these kids can really have something that, you know, they can play with, because, you know, not every kid has the opportunity to get these kinds of toys. So very hands-on type of projects are the projects that we like to participate in.
Oh, goodness. And how can other students get involved?
Well, we will begin recruiting again in the fall. So anyone who is interested can see us during involvement fair, as well as on social media. We'll be promoting our recruitment week, and we'll hope to see a lot of new faces next semester.
Well, I wish you luck, and I'm sure you guys will even beat your next biggest pledge class. Awesome. So coming up after the break, in the final edition of Family Friendly Las Vegas, reporter Clarissa Levitt takes us back to the dinosaur days. Stay with us.
The name of the show is Latin Nights with Ana. The music is Latin themed, dancing music, like for a Friday night, like if you're going out, while you get ready, you dance to the music that's being played. I would like them to have fun with the music that I play, feel connected to me even though that they don't know me, but that the music that I play for them is what they like and what they want to dance to. My name is Ana, and the name of my show is Latin Nights with Ana, and you can listen to me at therebelhd2.com.
Nearly 3,000 abused and neglected children live in foster care in Clark County because they cannot live safely at home. The CASA program is here to help these children live in safe, permanent homes. By volunteering with CASA, you can make a difference by becoming the voice for these children. Apply now at casalasvegas.org. Dinosaurs and pharaohs may not have much in common, but one place in Las Vegas brings them together. Reporter Clarissa Lovett shows us around the Las Vegas Natural History Museum in the final edition of Family Friendly Las Vegas.
Have you ever driven past this sign and wondered what it's all about? Well, come with me and I'll take you for a look inside the Las Vegas Natural History Museum.
The museum, which has been around for the past 25 years, does not just tell you about Nevada history.
A lot of times it's the kids that are drawn here. It's the kids bringing the parents, and because we're the dinosaur museum. And you know, we're very proud of that, and most young kids love dinosaurs.
Home to lions, pharaohs, and horseshoe crabs, the museum has something for people of all ages to enjoy.
A lot of times we talk about adaptations because we can take the kids in all of the rooms with all of the different environments, if it's the ocean, Africa, Nevada, but we can always talk about the different animals and how they adapted to the environment that they live in.
The Las Vegas Natural History Museum opened with one traveling exhibit and has since expanded to over 40,000 square feet, which includes a downstairs Africa exhibit.
Please stop and come in. Our building is very deceiving. It looks very small, where we actually have 40,000 square feet. You know, people are generally surprised when they come in and see everything we have to offer.
So if you're looking for a blast from the past, look no further than the Las Vegas Natural History Museum. For Studio G, I'm Clarissa Lovett.
For more information on the museum, visit lvnhm.org.
After planning their dream wedding, David and Jahan Cheshire got an unexpected visitor who crashed the ceremony. The bride and groom were in the midst of tying the knot on a beautiful beach in Malibu, California, to then seeing a rescue helicopter coming from the side of a cliff. It seemed that a climber was stuck on the cliff right next to the wedding, calling for help, giving everyone a good laugh despite the disruption. The climber was uninjured, and he even showed up to apologize to the couple after the fact.
Apologized to me again. He's offered to buy us a gift. Like, you've given us a gift. You know, this was enough. Like, we have a story we'll never forget.
Could you imagine if that happened to you?
I don't know. That was cool that they were thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. I was really hoping there would be a shot of the guy hanging from the rescue copter.
That would have been
That was
amazing.
really key. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
That wraps up this final Tuesday edition of Studio G for the semester. But don't forget to join us tomorrow for another edition and to see what's going on around the city. I'm Mandy Massa.
And I'm Becca Dimmick. Have a great Cinco de Mayo, Las Vegas.
Cinco de Mayo.